If you have spent your life second guessing every decision, from the trivial to the life altering, I know exactly how exhausting that feels. It feels like walking on shifting sand. You make a choice and then immediately the thought storm. It all begins. Was that right? What if I made a mistake? What will they think? Did I miss something? You've likely been told that you need to build self-confidence. You've been told that you need more evidence that you're capable. But today, I'm going to share a much higher truth with you. Self-trust is not a skill you learn. It's a baseline state you uncover. You were born with an internal compass that is never, ever broken. The only reason you don't feel it right now is because you've been taught to listen to the noise of thought instead of the signal of wisdom. Today, we're going to quiet the noise and we are going to rise above the level of anxiety and enter the frequency of neutrality and peace, where the second guessing simply ceases to exist. Welcome, beautiful soul. I'm Susan Lilley. As a practitioner of rapid transformational therapy, I look for the root cause. Why did a brilliant, divine being like you learn that your instincts weren't enough? Usually, second guessing is a subconscious protection program. If you grew up in an environment where your choices were heavily criticized, or where you had to guess the right answer to stay safe or loved, your mind decided that certainty is dangerous. It learned that double checking is a way to avoid pain. Your subconscious mind isn't trying to annoy you. It's trying to keep you from being wrong. But at the level of 600, we realize there is no wrong. There is only movement and feedback. When we use RTT, we go back and tell the younger version of you that you are safe to choose. Your value is not in the outcome. Your value is in the I am. And once the subconscious feels safe to be incorrect, the need to second guess evaporates. You move from the heavy effort of the hundreds into the light, expansive power of courage. Now let's look through the lens of the three principles. Second guessing is what happens when you mistake a committee of thoughts for your own identity. Mind is the source of your intuition. It is quiet. It is steady. Consciousness is what allows you to hear that intuition. Thought is the committee. The loud, frantic voices arguing about the pros and cons. Most people try to trust themselves by trying to get the committee to agree, but the committee will never agree. Thought is inherently unstable. It changes with the weather, your blood sugar, and the time of day. If you try to find trust in your thinking, you will never find it. Self-trust is the absence of thinking. It is the realization that beneath the noise of the committee, there is a quiet pulse of wisdom. When you stop engaging with the arguments, you naturally fall back into that wisdom. So how do we practically stop second guessing in the moment? We shift our attention from the content of the thoughts to the quality of the feeling. David R. Hawkins taught that the truth has a specific frequency. Truth feels light. Falsehood feels heavy. Recognize the vibrational signature. Second guessing has a frantic, high-pitched energy. It feels like tightness. Wisdom feels like gravity. It is heavy in a good way. It's grounded and cool. Withdraw your attention from the what ifs. When the mind starts the what if I'm wrong loop, recognize it as a habit, not a headline. Say, my mind is doing its safety dance again. That's okay. I'm not going to dance today. Do the 90-second surrender. Stay with the feeling of uncertainty without adding words to it. When the chemical wave passes, the answer is usually sitting there waiting for you. Then practice on the small. Trust your wisdom on what to eat, what to wear, which route to take. Don't look back. Build the muscle of deciding and moving on. You are training your nervous system to understand that you are supported by the universal mind. You don't have to get it right because the universe is constantly self-correcting. Living fully and freely means being the sovereign of your own consciousness. It means being the person who says, I choose this, and then rest in that choice with the elegance of a queen. In the Clarity Shift experience, we don't just talk about self-trust. We use RTT to dissolve the childhood echoes that tell you you're not smart enough or experienced enough to know the way. Then we use the 3 principles to anchor you in your innate wisdom. We move you from the 200s of striving to the 600s of resting. When you live from the 600s, you realize that you and the divine are one. How could you possibly second guess the divine? If you are ready to stop the internal trial and start living with unshakable certainty, I invite you to book a clarity call. Let's silence the committee and listen to the soul. Take a breath. You know more than you think you know. The answer you are looking for is already inside you, resting in the silence. Stop looking at the map and start trusting your feet. You are exactly where you need to be. Remember, consciousness is the only reality. I intend this created clarity to live fully and freely with gratitude. I'll see you soon.